Good evening, everybody. Or should say good afternoon. It's June 20th, and this is our June meeting. If we could stand up and say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, I always forget. Put the sheet up. Okay, we'll take attendance. I'm present. Kathy Cormier.
Present.
Carmela D'Ambro.
Present.
Present. Okay, Cheryl Layden.
Present.
Charlie Marlborough.
No.
No. Okay, Anita Hickey.
Here.
Debbie Johnson.
Here.
Rod, Steve Hutchison.
Present.
Okay, and Evelyn.
Present.
I Goldstein. I always want to say Goldenstein. That's why I kind of pause every time. Okay, let me put this away before I lose it. And okay, I know it was late that you received a copy of the minutes from the May 15th meeting. Did everybody receive it, and did they have any changes that needed to be made? Nobody found any. I know I had made, oh, that's my agenda. But no changes? Okay, if you need a couple minutes, I will wait. Okay, so did anybody see any changes? Is somebody able, does anybody want to recommend that we accept the minutes as read?
I'll make a motion. I'll second it.
Okay, thank you. This meeting is not going to be a very long one. There's not much to cover since we're not going to be here for the summer. We take the July and August off for the summer. And our next meeting will be on September 19th. So this way everybody gets a chance to relax, unwind, and things like that. One thing I'm going to bring up is now brown bag lunches. We now have them. It's the first Wednesday of every month, and apparently they're still going to carry them on through the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like the first Wednesday of the month. And we also have the restaurant lunches. The brown bag lunches is the first Wednesday of the month, and the trip to a restaurant is the second Wednesday of the month.
And on the brown bag lunches, thanks to Park and Shop, they donate the deli meat for it. So whatever they decide to have, the people who are coming pick ham, turkey, or whatever they're being offered, and Park and Shop supplies that. So,
Wow, that's
thanks
nice.
to Park and
Yeah.
Shop
Yeah,
there.
that is.
Get the deli.
And they carried it even through the new owners.
The new owners are the ones that approved it.
Oh,
Yeah.
great.
Started that last month.
The only thing is you do have to call in, and then you can let them know which one you want, what meat there is.
Oh, so you actually call Park and Shop?
No, you call the office.
Here, right
Yeah,
there, at the
yeah,
senior center.
yeah. And then
That's a little difficult if you had to do that.
no,
Okay.
no. And they were talking about a restaurant at Max's out in Queensbog. However, people have been there. This was going to be for July, but they found people went there and said it was kind of small inside because they are a caterer, but they have a small setup there to sit down and eat. And so they're going to. A couple of people were going to go down there and see if they think, because a lot of times they'll get about 15 people who go to the restaurant. So that I know they went last month, and I'm sorry to say I can't remember the name of the restaurant, but people were complaining of, it was too tight. They didn't have a lot of room, so.
Because they did add on, didn't they? Weren't they just in a little tiny section and then they took over the whole building?
I'd never been there.
It is small, though. We
It is
moved
still small.
just there recently for a funeral luncheon.
They have good prices for 2 dogs, chips, and a draft
They
beer.
have good prices.
I saw that on the,
The food is
I
very
have to
good.
go to Southbridge a lot, so I was like, oh, that's a really good price.
It's prime rib too, they had shaved beef, we had, someone and myself had one, it's delicious.
Nice, yeah.
They do a nice job
It is,
catering,
yeah.
because we use them a lot, the veteran community uses them a lot for catering.
Right, we do too, yeah.
Yeah.
We've had a big, I think it was lasagna that we had, and it was either take out or eat in the church hall. And they were halfway through the meal and said, when are you gonna have another one? It's a lot of work though, but they catered and it was very good. Also, the monthly birthdays, we do have people who attend the lunches. It's usually the first Monday of the month that we'll have a cake, and everybody gets to wear a hat and all that stuff. We take pictures, so. As far as I can see, the dates that the senior center will be closed in July, I assume July 3rd, because that's the day before the 4th of July. And then, the day before Labor Day is also, I think, gonna be closed. September 4th will be closed. I don't know of any other, do you, Debbie?
No,
Yeah.
not at this time.
Yeah. Memory Cafe, June 15th, we had it. And July 20th, August 17th, and then September 21st. And July, we do not have entertainment. We're still thinking about what we might do. We might try to have a giving us a talk about something that is interesting for the elderly. And then August 17th, we have Joseph Giroux. Gadori. I'm sorry with him. Yeah, but basically, like I say, this summer we're closed for June and July, and
That's COA, right?
right, COA, right, and I don't really have anything new to bring. Well, the thing is, I did want Steve, you were going to talk about the veterans and then the Heritage Museum. Is that what you were going to
Sure.
talk about?
So I exchanged some emails to most of you, and I had a meeting with the VFW last Tuesday, and they had brought up an interest to do the same, to go to Heritage Museum that's in Hudson. And I had been there myself a few years ago, kind of when COVID was still here, and we had to wear a mask there and everything. And it was very nice. So that we have a big interest in VFW to attend. So I told them we probably couldn't do anything until September, and I educated them on the senior center and how, it was proposed to do something similar with this organization. So it kind of just came out, but we had been talking about it too for the last few months about attending it. And there is a lot of interest in the veteran community. So I think we probably could put something together that comes September. Okay, so the other thing I need to advise everyone is I've been a veterans officer here in Dudley for the last 7 years. I took it from Rich Leva, if you remember him when he was here. He was here for 13 years. He's still involved in the veteran community, has been holding together the veterans office in Webster. The town of Webster and Dudley have decided to district both the Webster and Dudley office together, and that's going to be effective 1 July. I will still do my best to support and come to the board meetings here with the Council of Aging. And I think it's good we don't have a meeting until September anyways. It's going to take me that long probably to get things together and work on all the bugs. It's going to be a lot of work. Dudley's population with veterans around 700. Webster's around over 1,200 in population. So I'll have both offices to manage. I'm not sure how exactly it's going to look, what percentage will be in Webster and Dudley. The office in Dudley is much more, is better set up with this size, and there's a lot of room for families and, veterans to be in there to have discussions, and especially for veterans claims work, you know, when we have to fight with the VA about benefits and things of that nature. So I just want to let everybody know that. It's been agreed, and they're gonna try it for a year to see how it works out, okay? But it's a district, and they'll consider me to be the district director for veteran services for both towns, so. I mean, that-
Congratulations.
Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. Right now, I'm kinda trying to see how it goes, because it's a lot of work. The support from Dudley's been great, and I still have some issues to work with Webster, but we do have agreement to do that. So, and my assistant will be helping me, just like she's been helping me here, you know, Pam Young, who's my veterans clerk.
Very nice.
Thank you. Thank you, Colonel.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for everybody. So just bear with me, so that's what I get to say.
We're not gonna be seeing much of you then, right?
We don't know how it's gonna work out. I think it's gonna be a benefit to both the towns, Webster and Dudley, especially with the budget issues in Dudley. I think because it'll be shared expenses, and, you know, I've been doing this for some time now. I'm a VA accredited, not just being state. For this position, you have to be state accredited with Massachusetts, but you don't have to be VA accredited. There's only 3 of us in Worcester County who have accreditation with the Veterans Administration himself, which I have one of them. I'm proud to have that title. It gives me a lot more help now when I'm doing claims. They know who I am, you know, rather than just someone just doing a claim. And I can use myself as power of attorney, where
Nice.
other VSOs can't use. So I have a little more credibility. But, you know, we'll do the best we can, and appreciate your support. But I don't know if it's gonna affect anything with us, you know, because I have 2 months to kind of get things under control, and then September we'll be back meeting again.
Yeah. You give us an update of where you're at that time.
I will. I could miss a meeting here and there, but I'm not planning on it. I think it's important to work we're doing together here. I think it's important to have the veterans involved, and of course, a lot of veterans are senior, and of course, we have a lot of widows of veterans who get help from my office, and they get help from Dub downstairs, and they work with everybody here, so anyways, I wanted to bring it up, make sure everybody's well aware of what's going on. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Does anybody else, Anita, did you want to bring up?
I just, as a thought, maybe either to do with the senior center, I talked to somebody about Art Lab and Gallery. They are in Auburn. I have a phone number. I was told that they would come anywhere we wanted them to come to do one of those windows that look like the ocean. I know that the Women's Club in Dudley did that recently. I'm not sure how much of an interest the seniors would have in that, but I do have a phone number here too that I can provide after.
Can you explain exactly what they do?
They take items from the ocean like shells or sand, little starfish, they put it in a glass window, and I believe it's resin that's over it, but it looks like a stained glass window. When you hold it up, it gets dried. They're really pretty.
Nice.
I have a collection myself that I wanted to put in there, but he has his own items, and it depends on the size. They have 5x7, or there's larger ones too. I'm not sure what the cost is. I would have to call them and find out, but
Well, maybe he would give a discount to the senior center, hopefully.
right, I can call if you wish. We get some more details
Yes.
on that if you'd
Thank
like.
you.
That's good, because now with the BMIS is at this point, is not coming. Excuse me. Is not coming, so at least then they might have something different coming to the senior center itself, so that more people might take part in it.
In the past, they did do crafts. Margaret did crafts on Wednesdays at times. They
Right.
did different things that they were interested in.
And so now the beach is coming to them, if this.
Yes. I've seen
be
some of the
nice.
work that people have done with this quality, and they're really nice. I didn't realize how, I mean, it would be beautiful to put in a window where you get
the
a
sun
nice
comes
sunshine coming in. Yeah, it really,
Give you a little privacy too, if there's all the things on there too. It's the bathroom window, but.
Oh, that sounds great.
yeah, I could use 2 of them. Does anybody else have anything else they'd like to bring up?
Yes,
senior trip this fall. I had to cancel it, I did not get the 40 people minimum, but I do have another trip, scheduled for next April to Washington DC, hopefully, cherry blossom time. And I left the flyers downstairs, but if anybody wants to look it up online, it's www.diamondtours.com/join-tour 2069639.
Would you repeat that?
Yes.
Just so that makes sure that the,
All right, www.diamondtours.com/join-tour 2069639. It's for 5 days. We'll be doing all the monuments, all the Arlington Cemetery, all the memorials. There's a tram ride through Arlington Cemetery.
I was gonna say, also, did you get the White House? I know when I went with the Boy Scouts, we were able to go in the White House. I don't know if they do that
We're going by it.
anymore.
I don't believe we're going in it. That has to be scheduled a certain time frame, but that is included. Actually, there's an all-day tour. There's an evening tour so that we can see the
Right.
places that are lit up. And we'll be going to Mount Vernon, and I hear they have a beautiful garden there as well. And we'll be doing the Museum of the Bible, which is all included. Everything's included, and there are
Smithsonian?
several meals.
Not that.
Smithsonian as well. Yeah, it's literally, it's the most inclusive tour that I've seen.
Now, is it a 1 day, a couple days, 3 days?
Oh,
or-
no, it's 5 days.
5 days?
5 days, yep.
And what's the
Nothing.
cost of that?
I forgot exactly what it was. I believe it's a little over $800.
What does that include,
That
hotel?
includes your motor coach with your, Wi-Fi and all that. Several meals, every breakfast, and all the admissions to everything. It includes all the tips for the bus driver and the tour guide, so there's no nickel and diming along the way. And they have always stayed in really, really nice motels, so, yeah, I expect it to be a good
That
show.
sounds interesting.
I wanna do another trip, I haven't done it yet. It's gonna include Philadelphia in a place called Longwood Gardens. I don't know if anybody's heard of it, but I recently took a different bus trip. My daughter had arranged it up to Maine, and it was so beautiful that I enjoyed it so much. I said, "Ooh, I'd like to do another one." And there were people from different garden clubs that really wanted to go too. So I'm going to look into that. It's not a standard tour. They would be doing it special for us to include this, but hopefully this week I'll get to that. And that, I think, might be a shorter trip as well.
Right, yeah.
We'll see. Anyway, thank you.
Okay, anything else? Okay, one thing I do wanna do, I just informed Debbie, just before the meeting, that, I have been very busy. I have a lot going on my table and everything like that, so, this is one of the reasons why being off for the summer, I like everybody to think about what we could do. Number one is, what we could do to earn money for the senior center. Maybe we could have an auction like we used to have before, and then any type of activities that we could add for them, something different. So this way, where nobody's under any stress, they can just think about it. And a lot of times, that's when something will all of a sudden pop into your brain saying, "Oh, that'll be good," rather than with life being as life is. Everybody's so busy that you don't have time to think of things like that.
Can you do something like, a community yard sale, and they pay you the rent for the table, like in the parking lot here?
We did that for Christmas time, around Christmas time, and we made quite a bit of money for that. But
Because
that was like,
fall's a good time.
Yeah, and that was about 3, 4 years, maybe 5 years ago. It was quite a while.
Well, and you could rent it out to residents, non-residents, crafters.
Yeah, they did, they rented it, they paid so much for a table, and then they
Yeah.
sold their supplies, and they gave us a certain amount.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was before COVID, just before, COVID, so that COVID really messed us all up.
Yeah.
But the thing is, this other thing, I said that my life is very busy, I really under a lot of stress and everything like that, so I have come to the decision where I will remain to be a member of the Council on Aging, but I am planning on stepping down from chairmanship of Council on Aging. I just don't have the time, and I can't put the effort into it that really, it doesn't require much, but more than I'm able to do right now. But like I say, I would like to remain a member of the Council on Aging. As far as I know, the only requirement is you must have been a member of the Council on Aging for 1 year before you can take office,
Yeah.
and that's it. But I would like to be able to have somebody decide, and maybe in the September take over. It's just way too much work for me, too much going on.
Well, thank you, Jan, because you've done a great job.
Thank you.
So Jan, how long you been chairman or
I
chairman?
don't even know, I think 2, 3 years. I meant to do it, I meant to check all my minutes and all that, but it's at least between 2 and 3 years I've done it. Yeah, and I've enjoyed it, and I've gotten comfortable with it, but I just can't do it,
I did the same a year ago at the VFW with our post. I told them I wasn't gonna run last year, and it was exactly a year ago. I had been the commander and acting commander for almost 5 years. It was a long time, And now I'm really glad I did it, because there's everything else going on.
Oh, that's it.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Set the agenda and, keeping people coming to meetings and, trying to keep things organized. It's a lot. So, you've done a good job from what I've seen, Jan,
Yeah.
so we thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, does anybody else have anything else they'd like to add? Okay, if anybody that's all I have, so I don't know. Debbie, you have anything to add at all? Nothing?
No, because you went over everything that we're doing for the summer, which it's quieter in the summer.
Right, and that's so
We'll
nice.
start up- It is nice. We'll start up a little heavier in September and
Yeah.
October.
But, okay, is there anybody who would like to vow to end the meetings?
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, and now we'll have a good summer, everybody.
You too.
Have-